Is there an agreement?
Your Honor, there's not an agreement.
State, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we would request, he has shown, probation has not been successful for him. The treatment facility, he could not abide by the rules. There were other significant allegations that came out of that, Your Honor. So our recommendation would either be to revoke, to make an adjudication of guilt and revoke, or if the court is inclined to continue him for safety.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, Mr. Arias and I talked extensively last week about what happened in SADF. It's unfortunate. What I'm asking for, Judge, is that you deny the motion to enter adjudication, send him home to let him wait on a treatment slot at felony drug court. I believe he's been accepted into felony drug court. I think that SADF may have been at terms and conditions of his admission into felony drug court. He's excited about getting into felony drug court.
Well, I mean, is felony drug court going to accept him because he was unsuccessfully discharged from SADF?
Maybe not, Judge.
All right.
That may be an analysis that, I can reach out to Deanna or CJ or somebody and see what they have to say about it. We can reset this for another day if the court goes.
No, we're not going to reset it for another day.
Spoke to them, Your Honor, and they told me that I qualified for drug court
When was this talking to them?
about 2 weeks ago.
Who requested that he be referred to felony drug court for them to have spoken to him 2 weeks ago?
Your Honor.
All right. And did you get an update?
The report that I have, it means to meet the criteria, however, he was rejected. Felony drug court with the act asking, and so their recommendation was to refer him to safety because of the act. That was done. That report was sent on February 6th.
All right. All right. So here's the thing, Mr. Arias. It appears to me that you don't want to be on probation. It appears to me that you wish to continue with your drug use. And there are some things that I can help people with and some things that I cannot. For example, I can give you all the tools possible. I can fill up your toolbox with this is what you do if you have the urge to use. Here's a treatment program we can give to you. But if you want to accept it, and if you're just living your life the way you want to live it, and then coming to the court asking for mercy, that's not going to fly.
No, that's not true, Your Honor. I've never been MTR'd out of any probation. I've always completed them, Your Honor. My probation officer treated me unfairly, Your Honor, revoked me for all kinds of things. I was 2 months into a 4-year probation period, and she revoked me for every last stipulation there was on it, Your Honor. I was trying to.
Well, here's the thing. Time out. Here's the thing. You can say, maybe, I don't know. I don't like people to speak ill of people who are not present. You can say that maybe your probation officer, maybe y'all have a personality conflict, a communication conflict, and you all don't get along. But the fact that they're putting violations in your motion to revoke, you can't say it's not true. If it isn't true, then we'll go there. You can't say that you're not using meth or marijuana. I mean, maybe you want to say that, but when probation's officers put allegations in these motions, sometimes maybe they'll let other people slide. Maybe the person who doesn't report exactly at 9 a.m. on the 12th when they ask them to, maybe they come on the 13th, they let them slide. And then maybe for you, they don't let you slide. But the rules are in place and there are consequences to every rule. Do you understand? And I don't know why people seem to think that there should not be any consequences for actions, but they are. Like, here's the thing. If I don't pay my electric bill, you know what the consequences of that are? Coming home to a dark house. I don't pay my water bill. You know what the consequences of not having water? Knocking on my next door neighbor's door. And my neighbors are great. I know if I knock on their door, they'll let me spend the night there. And I'll say, please don't tell my mom I didn't pay my bill. But you have got to make a decision on what you want your life to be. If you want your life to be constantly looking over your shoulder because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, constantly worrying about when you're going to get your next drug so that you can live a life of being high, that's on you.
Your Honor, I had quit using drugs, Your Honor, and I told her that. When I took my second UA, I told her I was gonna UA dirty, but that my level should be lower, and on the third UA, I would be clean.
Why are you not doing safe? Why was there an issue with SATA?
Because I had been seen with Dr. Honor by the younger men there, and they had been pushing me, and eventually just became too much on me. And I got into a fight with one of them. There was a day one of them threw a roll of toilet paper at my face. I was watching TV. Here comes a roll of toilet paper. It's the one next to me. I did nothing about it, Your Honor. I looked at them. I kept watching TV, Your Honor. I tried, Your Honor. They pushed me and pushed me.
Probation?
They wouldn't leave me alone.
Could I see the documentation on this being released from SATA?
I was doing everything else supposed to do, Your Honor.
Sorry, can you ask?
All right, so people, when we're on the record and you're behind the court reporter, please do not talk. Or either just ask the deputy if you can move your client to the other end, because probation cannot hear. Monitor was monitoring the central dorm as he was preparing the residents for recreation and getting up from his desk. Mr. Simmons witnessed both residents, Arias and Bruno, fighting without warning. Shift leader and Castro, along with other staff members, responded quickly. Resident Bruno stepped away with a bloody nose and resident Arias with a bruise in his face. Both residents received medical attention. Minutes later, this RCSO watched the video surveillance and saw resident Arias aggressively headbutt, throw a punch, striking him in the face, and then place resident Bruno in a chokehold. This RCSO spoke to resident Arias about his involvement in the fight, and resident Arias admitted the fight between him and resident Bruno occurred in the central dorm. Resident Arias said that the resident Bruno asked his age and made fun of him. Resident Arias stated he told resident Bruno to go and get in shape because his nipples looked like a 12-year-old girl. On February 3rd, resident Arias was returned to Bexar County. So it appears that your behavior is not good behavior.
And I told them how it happened, and they said to me, that's what it looked like.
All right,
I never punched that guy in the face, Your Honor. Yes, I did headbutt him, Your Honor. I didn't punch him in the face, and I didn't put him in a chokehold. When I headbutted him, he grabbed my leg. He tried to take me down to the floor, Your Honor. He ended up pushing me back a couple of bumps. Yes, I grabbed him in a headlock because he was holding on to my leg, Your Honor. I never punched him in the face, and he never stepped away. They pulled him off me.
all right, you have a choice today. Here's your choice. I will send you to prison for 4 years, or you can go to safety. Those are your two choices. There is no third option on the table. What would you prefer?
Take safety.
All right, the court will deny the motion. Alter and amend conditions to include safety. And upon release, there's to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And probation, you can see if felony drug court will accept him. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything else, Mr. Arias? You're welcome. You had better start doing, we're off the record. You had better start doing better, because the other thing that was in that report is that you are minimizing your drug issues. And let me just tell you, anybody who's putting illegal substances in their body and sometimes prescribed substances in their body need to acknowledge that. And if you can't acknowledge that you have a problem, nobody can help you with the problem because you don't even see it as one. Do you understand?
Can I say something?
Do you really want to say something? I think you probably don't want to. Okay, let's hear it.
I started using methamphetamine because I had
Because what?
because I had priapism.
Mhm.
Okay, and I went to the hospital and they almost killed me. And they left me traumatized, Your Honor, and they wanted $40,000 for surgery, and I didn't have $40,000. They don't have medication for priapism. And the only thing I could come up with to help myself was.
All right, so here's the
and they
thing.
helped me, Your Honor.
Now, here's the thing. What you're doing now is you're making an excuse for your use of meth.
I'm done with drugs.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, we will see.
47 this year. I'm pushing this. I got to do it.
Well, you need to let them know it's safe, Pete, and you need to follow through. If you don't, you're gonna find yourself back here. And from here on out, you need to realize you're looking at up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.